Sam's Club order just came in, plus I ordered a couple of things via Walmart with my once a month grocery shopping, and it came through shipping. So I'm gonna show you guys these things, and then we're gonna put everything away and do a little bit of a working pantry restocking flours, sugars, oils, and things like that to get ahead for the next month. It's not very often that all this happens right at the beginning of the month, especially when I'm restocking things. However, this month it just so happens that my oil is empty, my rice is getting low, and all those things. I restocked them before I had Juniper, but it's been a couple of weeks and now it's time to refill again. So let's show you guys everything I got. Some snacks for the kids, just really restocking, just really good staples. I use Sam's Club as my bulk shopping place, I suppose, and I mostly use it for household items. I don't get like a ton of food from it, but I'll show you guys what I got. With True household necessities, big thing of their bath tissue and their paper towel. I don't have to buy the paper towel that often. It's probably once every 3 months or so. The toilet paper at this point is like once every 2-ish months, maybe 3. We're going through a lot more of this recently, so there's that. Old thing of double pine salt. This is what I use for my floors. Mostly I will use it for other things randomly, scrubbing toilets sometimes, or bathtubs, just spray a little in there and scrub it out. But this and my Castle soap is what I use mostly for absolutely everything, but we really like the original pine salt, so I get a thing of that. Love their maple syrup, their organic 100% pure maple syrup. We go through one of these a month at least, so a couple months worth. Hopefully those will get me through the summer. My kids have been on a huge pancake and waffle kick though, with it being summer break, so I think last month we went through 2 of these, so we'll see how these go. I love Sam's Club's first aid kits. We have one in all of our vehicles and we keep one in the house. And I just needed to restock Band-Aids. That's the thing we go through the most out of those. So I got a thing of Band-Aids to restock all of those. Preservation season is upon us and I didn't have any freezer Ziploc bags left. I don't like to use vacuum sealers for my produce. I just find that it's not necessary. It's really expensive for the rolls of plastic for the vacuum sealer. And honestly, I've never had an issue with storing them in Ziploc freezer bags versus the vacuum sealer. So I just like these. They're just better in my opinion, and they're cheaper. These are just what I like to do. So I got a big old thing of these. I will probably need to get another one before summer's end, but I've already been freezing some spinach and a couple other things that have been coming up out of the garden, so definitely needed these. The kids requested these, and my husband, they love these. My husband keeps some of these in his car, blue collar, and sometimes shifts go over, especially if he's working like a shutdown or something, and very quickly an 8-hour shift can turn into like a 12-hour shift or a 16-hour shift sometimes. We've had that happen on multiple occasions, especially when he's working shutdowns, and him having a couple of these in his car, if it's just really nice for him to run out, and at least he has something. So we go through, we just like to have these. They're nice. Easy to bring to the park with us, to the beach, things like that. The kids have been flying through the popcorn recently. I got, what, 24 bags at Walmart of kettle corn, but I have one kid who asked for some butter lovers, so I ordered the big one from Sam's Club, and hopefully this will last us a while. The last thing I got from Sam's Club was just a thing of pure vanilla extract. I grabbed mine recently off of my long-term storage shelf as my backup, so I needed a new backup, so this one's gonna go down there. This is my Walmart stuff. A bottle brush. It's been 2 babies since I've needed a bottle brush. My last 2 babies were exclusively breastfed and would not take a bottle for anything, and now baby number 5, I'm exclusively pumping, so I realized I didn't have a bottle brush, so I needed one of these. This is what I really like for my babies when it comes to lotion, Baby Magic Calming. I love this stuff, and it was so hard to find or just to order. It's out of stock all the time. It just brings me back, right back to my first baby. I've used it on all of my kids, love it, so I got 2 of those for that. And then a big old thing of Shea Moisture Conditioner. This is for just storage backup things. So there's that. All of this stuff essentially is going to get carried downstairs into the basement and put on long-term storage, and we will pull things up as necessary. So because the only thing I need to keep up here, I think, are some of the Band-Aids and maybe a couple things of the popcorn and one thing of our Ziploc freezer bags. I'm gonna pull out what I need, put away the stuff that I need up here first, and then everything else I will carry downstairs and get put down there. That way they are there for when we need them, but they're not up here and like cumbersome and in the way and things like that. It just works best for us. So that's how we store things. So let's go ahead and do that. And then hopefully the baby will still be napping and we can refill all of our oils and flour containers, sugar containers, whatever needs to be filled. This is me just taking time to make sure that I'm set for the month. Things are good, put away, and restocked if needed. So this is kind of like my little bit of an afternoon where we're gonna do those things. Things are not perfectly organized, especially in long-term food storage. They're just not. And they're probably not going to be for a little bit of a time, but that's okay. Everything's down there at least. And sometimes there's a little bit of searching involved for things, but that's okay. So let's go ahead and do all of that. Because I do buy things in bulk, like the oil and things that you'll see downstairs that we're going to be refilling, it is important to take time every once in a while to refill these things and just take a little bit of an inventory list, because otherwise you run out way before you think you are. Because you buy them in bulk, you don't have to think about them all the time, which is the main reason why I buy them in bulk. And because we are a large family, we go through things pretty quickly. I think more quickly than like your typical American family size would, obviously, right? So taking time to go ahead and do a little bit of a restock and realizing like, okay, I am low. I actually realized I was much lower than I thought I was, which is never really where I want to be. But it does happen. You can see I totally ripped the bag because I dropped it. I don't know what I was doing. But I'm refilling my flour here. What I like to keep in these 5-gallon buckets here are all-purpose flour, bread flour, rice, and sugar. And then I make my own brown sugar with molasses that I also bought in bulk from a local Amish shop for like $10. I have a whole gallon of it. It's fantastic. I've been making my own brown sugar for over a year, and I've barely even made a dent in the molasses. And molasses lasts forever on the storage shelf. So I like to keep those things. I am on my last bag of all-purpose flour here. You can see I need more of that. I am on my last bag of rice as well, so I'm going to need more of that. And I am actually almost completely out of sugar. I only have what I have up in my working pantry because I've been doing so much jam making that I went through all of my back stock of sugar, which is not great. And I only have about half a gallon of bread flour left. So my next Sam's Club order, I'm probably gonna have to go in and get about 50 pounds each of all of those things, and my family will be set hopefully through the winter. I'm just taking a second to take a look at my inventory. It's been a while since I've gone through these buckets, so making sure that everything is filled, restocked, taking all of my garbage out, getting that taken care of, and also just making room for our new toilet paper and our new paper towel, which is also going to go underneath this shelf. So just taking a little bit of time, like 20 minutes or so, to do all of these things every couple of weeks helps save my family a ton of money and actually saves me a lot of time because I don't have to worry about these things all the time. It's only a little bit of time out of my day to make sure that everything's restocked and my family is set for about 3 months. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I hope wherever you are, you're having a fantastic one, and I will catch you guys